Now let's just get to the biggest juice of it because everybody wants to hear about it. Conor McGregor, D pics leaked. My man strapped a Velcro thing attachment to a shaft, and then on the bottom of that thing it had a dumbbell. So and he just had that shit hanging. Then
And
he takes a photo and sends it to Azealia Banks.
when I saw your post, I was like, hold up, what happened? That was like my initial reaction, like what is happening here? And then I was like, why out of all the people, why Azealia Banks?
I don't
Like,
know.
how did he jump in her DMs out of all the people? Like, were they already talking?
Is
Were
she
they already?
American? Do you know? Is she American?
I believe
Okay.
Azealia Banks is American, yeah. But she's not like some modern pop star now.
Mm-hmm.
She was like a pop star back in like the 2000s.
I'm unfamiliar with her work.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. She got to be like Alexa. How old is Azealia Banks?
Azealia Banks is 34 years old.
All right, she's not as old as I thought, but I thought that she was gonna be like 39, 40.
Mm.
But it's not like he was going after like some 21. I don't know.
No, Connor likes the grenades.
Oh damn, that's fucked up.
It's fucked up, but it's kind of true. Like Connor is always like grenades. Look at the girl he was. Look at the girl he was posted up with on the beach.
Yeah.
You're talking about the most. Well, this is the thing about Connor though. Like, sure, she might be like a decent Latina for your average man. Did you see the woman he was kissing on the beach?
Yeah, I can picture it, but I don't really remember it.
She's not even in shape.
Yeah.
She's just like boobs and butt. You know. That's what Connor goes for: boobs and butt.
And then she leaks it. How you gonna send me some crooked dick pics like then threaten her not to tell? That's wild. That's wild that she posted it too. It's wild that he went in her DMs and it's wild that she posted it.
I mean, the whole thing is kind of crazy. I don't really know what to think of it other than my man is fully like strapped up with the weight on with the weight on the dick. Like, what the hell are you thinking? What is going through your mind? How
And none
much
of those
coke do you got to do?
Yeah. He's and none of these pics are on Instagram. They're all like on Twitter, huh?
Twitter, yeah, she posted it on Twitter. The raw deal.
Like honestly,
The,
bro,
hey, the foreskin and everything.
I didn't even look.
You didn't even look. I looked.
No.
I looked.
No, I didn't look. Clip that bitch, bro. Like,
Yeah, hey, Connor ain't even snipped.
I like that you. Yeah, I like I said. I saw the highlight, what you posted and everything.
Yeah.
And I saw like that because you have it blocked out. I was like,
Yeah.
that was enough for me.
Yeah, and then Phil Rowe, I saw he posted something saying like, all you guys are weird who are posting the McGregor shit. So here's my response to Phil Rowe. All right.
All right.
Phil, you think I woke up wanting to see that? This is my job, Brody. I gotta look it up. I gotta see it, and it needs to be posted.
Yeah.
So, the fact that I posted it, like that's my fucking job, and it ain't like I woke up in the morning thinking to myself, oh yeah, like did Connor post a dick pic that I could look at? But I don't know.
Well, not only that, did Connor jump in someone else's DMs and out of all people, Azealia Banks DMs and send her? I want to know what the backstory is. Like they had to have some type of like other conversations.
I feel like
get
it
to-
was just that.
Just rando.
I think it was just that.
They're like, hey, out of nowhere, it's like, man, I'm gonna send it to her.
I think Connor's that fucking crazy, bro.
Out of all the women in the world, he picked Azealia Banks.
Mhm.
She got like one famous song.
Yeah, I actually was typing Iggy Azalea, and then I had to look it up. And I'm like, oh no, it's Azealia Banks. All right.
She had that song 212.
Mm-hmm. Now that was actually on Connor's birthday, and funny story. I actually wasn't even planning on saying it was my birthday recently, but me and Connor have the same birthday.
Oh shit! Happy birthday,
Yeah,
bro.
thank you. So Monday was both of our birthday. So again, you think I woke up wanting to post a dick pic on my birthday and on Connor's birthday? This is just what I woke up to, Phil.
So really, you got the birthday present.
Yeah, I got a nice little birthday surprise from McGregor. So yeah, but this is what I was gonna say is that his wife posted showing him love, showing him support on his birthday. Now, just to kind of reiterate the timelines here, Conor was posted, a photo of him was posted on the beach with a Latina woman kissing her on the lips the day before his birthday. Then on his birthday, Iggy Azalea drops the pics. So this is 2 public disrespects that his wife has received in the last 2 days. And then his wife goes ahead and shows him love on his birthday. So I would like to get your thoughts on that. His wife showing him support on his birthday, despite literally the day of his birthday and the day before, he's seen basically flirting, kissing 2 other women.
I mean, she has to be just enraged internally. On the outside, though, you know, she's putting on a really good face, probably for the family. You know, she's really eating a lot of like she probably wants, you know, like behind closed doors, just, like what I mean, I don't know, bro. Like honestly, no one would fault her for divorcing the man.
Mm-hmm.
Like
They're not even married. I don't know how the law works, because I know in the U.S. if you have like a
well, we got the rape incident, right?
yeah.
We got whatever just happened now. I think there's been a few other ones prior to all this. I mean, either she's she's a very strong woman. I mean, to like put on that base, because most people would say, "Hey, we're taking the kids and we're out. It's over. It's done. This is done." Like it's too much. Like
my thing is like, bro, even if she's okay with it, the way Conor's going about it is so disrespectful to the kids.
Super disrespectful. Super disrespectful.
Because there's a way to go about having an open marriage or whatever you want to call their entanglement. Like, but you don't got to be sending literal like explicit photos of yourself online.
Yeah.
And then like strapping a weight to it, bro. You're crazy.
Well, I mean, bro, this goes back to what we talked about in the before. You know what I mean? Like you get to a certain point where you have these demons, and it takes A, B, C, D, E, F, G just to get you off. You know, like he has other problems in his life. You know what I mean? Evidently, you know, and to put your family through this, like you said, I mean, he should have never got married. He should have never. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to say all that, like, you know, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
You think this? Let me ask you this: you think this is the last time we're going to hear a story about Conor about some shit like this?
Probably not.
If we were to go over under, I'd say we'd probably hear about 2 more stories in probably about 2 years.
Yeah, it's just how the energy he brings in.
Exactly.
So whatever, I mean, he's gonna find himself in a situation like this because he's always going out to clubs, always drinking, always doing coke. So I mean, it's gonna happen whether he wants it to or not. He's gonna be fucked up. He's gonna be in a situation. Something's gonna pop off again. That's what happens when you're partying 24/7.
Yeah, and you have money. And you have fame,
because you can now facilitate your
all of the above.
Your every single urge, every single, you know what I mean? You can facilitate it. You want a hooker? Okay, go buy one.
No problem.
No problem.
No problem.
You need to get a hotel room so nobody finds out. Okay, go buy it.
Right.
Like everything he needs to facilitate, it's all there.
And I think too, when you put yourself in a position where you're doing things like that and you're not in the right state of mind, you know. Who else? Oh, we were talking about. Was it John Jones we were just talking about? Not in the right state of mind.
Yeah.
I mean, same cloth being cut here. Same cloth being cut. You know, different circumstances, but same type of things going on.
The partying, yeah, it just kind of leads you down a weird path.
The drugs, the partying, the women, the fucking accusations, the police, in all realms, right? It's all in the same fucking stew.
And just to kind of conclude that one thought about his wife being, if she's okay with it, because I mean, it seems like it's an open fucking marriage. We don't know, but it seems like that's what it is. And I guess too, they're not married. So shout out to Jew again. He's saying they aren't married, evidently. That's what I was gonna say. I don't know if there's a law in Ireland like there is in the U.S. where like if you live with somebody and you have a family with somebody, where like even if you don't have that paper, you still are technically married by law.
Well, so yeah, I mean, I think it's after like 7 years. Like if you're living with somebody,
I wonder if it's like that in Ireland.
Maybe because that's more like if you're in a hospital, that person has the rights to kind of like, you know, make a decision.
Yeah.
In-law marriage, I forgot what it was called, but no, I forget what
common law or something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the other thing though. I just want to say this. This is what I was gonna say. Even if his wife is okay with it,
his fiance.
Yeah, even if she's okay with it, the way he's going about it, his kids are gonna be really upset with him. You know, and he has daughters too. So like maybe the son will come to an understanding later down the road, but best believe that the first reaction they're gonna have is anger towards their dad. You know, because even if the mom's cool with it, they see it. you know,
Yeah.
and that's their mom. They love their mom. They want
Yeah.
their mom to be respected at the end of the day, you know, and like if they feel like her happiness is being like shortchanged, they're not going to appreciate their dad. So that is one of the biggest things that I think comes out of it. Obviously, what she wants to tolerate is fine. What McGregor wants to do is his business, right? But at the end of the day, where it's going to come back is your kids, when they find out, you know, they're going to hold your feet to the fire.
Yeah, I mean, once they get to the age that they can, like, comprehend exactly what's going on with their parents, you know what I mean? 100%. And I think tolerate's a good word, because I think that I'll make another prediction here. I mean, I think in a couple years, I mean, we're gonna if they're not even married, they're gonna be broken up,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe I don't know how that works with like the money, because if they're
Well,
not married,
yeah. Well, also here's the thing: is like if you're Dee Devlin, right? Are you really? What are you gonna like? That's a weird one too. If you're her, if you put yourself in her position, because you're gonna go from all that life, right? You're gonna leave him because he's getting with girls on the side, right? So then what? You're gonna leave him. You're gonna be on your little situation, which is a fraction of wherever you're at now with him, right? And then he's gonna get another girl to come live that lifestyle that you've been living all these years.
yeah,
So that is a catch-22 where it's like she's got her golden horse, her golden goose.
yeah,
Her golden goose is unfortunately going sleeping with other people from time to time.
yeah,
But the problem is like if you do give up your golden goose, he's just going to become someone else's golden goose. And then what? She's just left again with less money in a less nice house. Now she's divorced and separated with the kids. You know what I mean? Raising 4 kids on her own, literally.
it's
So
gonna
there's
get.
a lot to it.
Is
If
that
she
how
has
many
to
they
leave
have? They have 4 kids.
3 to 4.
I know it's 3 for sure, but yeah, I mean, I
I
don't know.
think
I
2
think
boys, 2 girls, but I'm not. I
I
could be
think
mistaken.
everybody can get to a point though where it's just too much. Like you can't handle it. You know what I mean? Like that, and that's a lot for that woman to handle. Like
Mhm.
more power to her for being able to keep it together in the public eye of what we see. For the kids. I mean, my hat's off to her, because I think behind closed doors she is fuming.
Yeah, and this is
Can
actually
she not? How can she not be fuming? Because
so
you
the
feel not only that, bro. You feel embarrassed, bro. You feel like, man, I'm not enough for you. Like I'm not enough for you to supply for your kids and fucking start a family for you. And you need to go do all this other shit. And she's in a really bad situation.
yeah, and so this is something I've been thinking is how do you say this? Her family and Connor's family. I feel like if you are somewhat close with your family, like let's say she doesn't care, right? Let's say she doesn't care, just to give her that the most
Right,
extreme
like whatever.
possibility.
Yeah,
Her mom and dad, what do they think?
yeah,
Connor's mom and dad.
yeah,
You know what I mean? When they see Connor posting a dick pic with a dumbbell,
yeah. It's cringe.
and then he's married, he's got like a 6 month at home.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if D doesn't care, what do the parents think? And then it's like, are you spending it? And I don't mean to like pick apart his life, but I'll just say it. Are you spending enough time with your family, with loved ones? Clearly not. Clearly you're spending time with fucking women who aren't even your wife. And you expect me to believe you're kicking it with your mom and dad and your siblings? And not to say you should always kick it with your mom and your dad, but there is something that comes from that, which is you want to keep your family name respectable because you still got to go see your parents in a couple weeks. You know what I mean? There's something to that, having a good family dynamic. And so, yeah, I wonder like how Dee's parents are handling that, how Connor's parents are handling that, how good their relationship is with their own families, or if it's just Connor and Dee and their little tribe of kids, and they're just like secluded away from their families. Because, like I said, in a family setting, you're gonna have to answer to the bullshit you do, especially if you're McGregor and it's posted all over the web. Imagine the next family party McGregor goes to, the Christmas party.
And he's doing things that could be avoided. This is all on him.
That's what I'm trying to say too. Like you go to the Christmas party, you got to answer to that. If
Yeah,
you're close to your family, if I'm close to my family, if I go to a Christmas party and I see my stepsister, right? She's gonna be like, "Yo, what the fuck you been up to, bro?
Yeah.
You had a dumbbell strapped to it?" So that's what I'm wondering. Like, where is like the family dynamic? Like, my mom would be like, "Hey, you're treating, you know what I mean, your woman terrible."
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like Conor's mom would probably be telling him the same thing, like, yo, you're treating your woman terrible.
And I think what happens, bro, is like, man, money and fame's a hell of a fucking thing, bro. Like, I think what happens is that you get to a point where you have so much money and so much power and so much fame. Like, man, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do whatever you like. You like the house I bought you, because then it gets to you, and when people are questioning you, and you've been able to give them everything they wanted, because then your ego gets in check, bro. And then especially you add drugs and alcohol to it.
And it probably makes it hard for those people you buy things for to then kind of keep it real with you.
Right, right. And it's like, and it's probably more like, they come to you and it's like, let me go have a talk with them. You know what I mean? Like, we're seeing this. Like, it's hard to tell somebody that's your breadwinner how to straighten up.
Yeah, and then they also got to be willing to receive it.
Because what happens is that person that's in that instance, especially when you have drugs and alcohol, they're just going to like react, right? Probably with anger. Don't tell me, you know what I mean? And then basically like break up with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Don't talk to me anymore. Don't talk to me anymore. Don't talk to me anymore. This is between me and her. This is between me and her. This is between me and
Definitely,
her.
yeah.
You meet my family alone. Leave my, and then you disconnect, and then you have these broken bonds because of all this. That person, Conor McGregor in this instance, is probably going to have a lot of damage control in these next years. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but it can't be good, bro.
Yeah, and
unless
I think
it's all dysfunctional.
Yeah, and that's probably a good place to end it. What you just said, which is kind of like, again, it's like an addition to the point I was trying to make, which is how I asked how his relationship is with his parents, how Dee's relationship is with her parents, and then you're kind of exposing that other layer to where it's like they probably do bring it up to him, but then he shuts it down, right? To where like, I don't want to talk about it, blah blah blah, and then so where do we go from here, Yeah. And so that's a difficult
Stay out of my
situation.
business. Stay out of my business.
But then when it's like, stay out of my business right now, you're really kind of breaking that bond. Because, like, for example, my mom has a relationship with me to where I value her opinion. You know what I mean? I know she loves me. I know she wants the best for me. And she's welcome to come in and state her opinion, right? Especially if I do something fucked up. Like, right. I would listen to what my mom has to say. When you take that away from somebody, right? When you take that away from that person and you say, don't come to me. If I do wrong, you don't have the right to kind of talk to me anymore.
Right.
Then it kind of damages the relationship, because what do we talk about, right? I'm your mom. I ain't no yes man, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not just here to be like, what up? As your homie, I raised you. You came out of me. So I think if you do that where you don't let your family check you, you're ruining that's a very sacred dynamic. Because think about it. How many people do you come across in your life who can check you, who you will let check you?
Mm-hmm.
Your family is some of the only ones, because they've been there from the beginning. There's no ulterior motives. That mostly they just care for your best interest, especially like your mom or something like that. So that would be my biggest thing, is like, you're if you're not letting them check you, you really took away a sacred, you know what I mean? Like, aspect of your relationship.
Yeah, I think they're
like, bro, if your dad can't check you, your own father. My dad used to tell me, like, hey, you gotta look me in the eyes. Like, I used to have all these fucking lessons I had to learn.
I think what's happening, especially in this circumstance, it's the money, the fame, the drugs, and the alcohol. That all together has created this monster, and you will just pull away from everybody and continue doing all your vices. So, and then you get a bunch of yes men around you,
Mm-hmm.
like, because you got money, so they're gonna just do whatever you say. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're wrong, and then you disconnect from all the people that love you, because then you come in a dark fucking circle, bro. Because at least you can go do your drugs and alcohol and fuck whoever you want with no one saying nothing to you.
Mm-hmm.
You still got all the money in the world, so you can still keep playing with the demons, and still doing what you want. It's a dark road. You know what I love about our podcast, bro? Let me tell you this. A lot of people aren't talking about stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
They'll go and talk about the surface of the stuff, and I actually appreciate these conversations because it helps me grow into the person that I really want to become.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of dark demons too. Like, like, I'm not innocent by no means. I told you this last time. If someone gave me $1 million, bro, I don't know what I've been doing.
Yeah.
And so like that's why a lot of times when we have these conversations, I know I've been facing them, you
Mm-hmm.
know. I know that I can't throw a lot of stones because I live in a glass house, but I understand it because I've been down some of these dark paths,
Yeah.
you know, but I've tried to get better and realize that I don't want to play with these monsters anymore. These guys are not at the point where they can say that because they are still feeding these demons, bro. Fucking sexual urges, alcohol urges, cravings, addictions, drugs, and that is now transpiring into other aspects of their life. There's no way Connor sends that pic sober.
Definitely not.
And he was probably so high and drunk, bro. He just wants to get off, dog. Like, oh,
We've all somewhat been there. I ain't saying we've been there where we sent a dick pic, but you
right,
know that state of mind where you're really fucked up. You're kind of horny. You're hitting on chicks, right? And so
right.
you
And
might
this
even
is
read that text message the next morning, and be like, damn, I said that.
right. And so but what we're adding is more layers, right? So
Hmm.
that's tier one.
That's like
Hom-
average person problems.
Homie's at tier 10.
Yeah.
He's getting on some Diddy shit.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like he needs more to get off, more to get off, more to get off. It's just not this average thing right here
Yeah.
anymore.
Clearly,
And
texting and flirting with chicks isn't enough. Clearly, now he's sending nudes.
right. And so like that's just the surface. Imagine what else there is, bro.
Yeah.
Like we
For
don't
it to
even
even
know.
get to that point, though, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. For that to be
Exactly.
your norm.
He could pay a hooker 50, 100,000 to do whatever the fuck he wants. You know that opening scene in Wolf of Wall Street
Hmm.
where like she's blowing coke in his
Yeah,
ass.
yeah, yeah.
Like I remember when I saw it, I was like, bro, I've been bad, but I've never been that bad.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you get to a point where you want to get so bad, and you want the sexual because they all go together.
Hmm.
They're like this. It's all an euphoria,
Hmm.
and you just chase it, especially when you're high and drunk, bro.
And then the days fucking just fly by. They start blending together.
Yeah, because you're just a full blown drug addict and alcoholic
And sex addict, yeah.
and sex addict, bro. They all merge together, bro. They're all the same demon.
Hmm. Yeah. And I think it's very good that we talk about it because that's the real value that you can give to the audience, you know. When you look at all these other podcasts talking about it, they just touch on it on the surface, take it as a place of like, oh, I'm better than him, and then move on from it, you know. But I like to kind of dig into it and talk about some of the repercussions and some of the things that I think about, like deep down. Like when I look at this stuff, that stuff does cross my mind. What does Dee Devlin's parents think about this, you know?
No, you're asking some deep questions. I just watched that War Machine episode on Dark Side of
Vice?
the Yeah, bro. You know, and it was interesting when I watched it. They were talking about how what is that word? Well, basically, the MMA culture is very toxic
Yeah.
because it's very masculine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of people were like on his side after he beat up his girlfriend that was a porn star and almost killed her.
Mm.
And I didn't at that time I wasn't like too deep into the story. I didn't look into it, but I can see how people can go and root for him like, oh, she don't mean nothing because she was a porn star.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, bro, like that's fucked up.
I
That's
think that
fucked
was
up.
the old that around when that time happened. That was a lot of the narrative with like porn stars and stuff too back then. I think they even get that rap now, but I think it's a little bit less. But I do hear what you're saying to where like they almost treat porn stars like, oh, they like that BDSM shit. They kind of throw them down that route.
because you're not looking at him as a person.
They're looking at them as like these sex workers, so like you went
Right,
down
and-
that
and
path
that-
anyway. You
right.
got what was coming to you, but I don't agree with that.
Exactly, right?
don't agree
but
with
that's another question to add to the equation, right? The culture, bro. And I said this the other day when we were talking about Diddy. The culture in the hip hop world, bro, is pimping, hustling. Hey, if I'm fucking like 10 bitches, that's the game.
Mhm.
I'm a pimp. I'm a player, homie. Like that's just the game. You know how many girls been probably raped and abused at some of these huge studios?
Mhm.
Believe me, bro. That is the culture.
Mhm.
That Pippin, we can go back and hear the song. Pippin ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Like it's just part of that world. And so in this and what we're talking about with MMA, it is very I don't know how to say that word.
Misogynistic.
Yes, yes, and because we as men don't want to face really what's going on, or we want to give it a stamp and say it's okay.
Mm.
like a fraternity house.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting because it's funny if you really, and we're getting off some shit. Never mind, bro.
You don't want to go down that rabbit hole?
No, it has nothing to do with MMA. It's like on a
Okay.
bigger shit, but like you know what I mean. Like I think we got our point across.
Yeah. As far as misogyny in MMA, I'm actually seeing quite a bit of people kind of like backing. Well, I've seen this weird one. Speaking of the misogyny, I've seen a weird one with this Dee Devlin thing where a lot of people are saying, "Real woman." That's a real woman right there.
Because she's standing by him.
Because she's standing by him, because she's not throwing him under the bus. She's still showing him love on his birthday. And to be honest with you, now I'm conflicted because I do think there's some merit to her being like that. I do think there's some merit to a woman holding down a household. But then I do see the disrespect that she's receiving.
Online?
Mm-hmm. No, from him.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%. I
Yeah.
mean, so we can say two things we get true at the same time, bro. Like, much respect to her for like putting on that face because she put him in that position. He put her in that position to have to react that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
She could go one or two ways. She took the high road, so more power to her. But shame on him for putting her in that position.
There we go.
If that's the case, just break up with her. If that was my sister, if that was my aunt, if that was my daughter, if that was whoever, all the guys that want to say something about this, put someone in your family in that same position and let me see you say the same thing.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've been trying to say for this whole like last 10 minutes, where it's like, what does the family have to say? And if you guys are doing this, you must not be answering to your family, because that's a big thing, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Unless there's no family around, people could do whatever they want. But usually, if you got family, you got to be checked somewhere down the line.
And so look at there's one tier too, right? And I think what a lot of these guys doing that are saying, it's like you're not putting in consideration if that was for guys that are like in their 40s and have 15, 20-year-old daughters. If their daughter got treated that way, the fuck you think they're going to be saying?
Mm-hmm.
If your sister got treated that way, hopefully you love these people.
Mm-hmm.
What would you be saying to this dude?
If my mom got treated that way, you think I'm gonna like that?
But I see a lot of guys online back him up, and to me that's not the business. And maybe I just don't stand for that anymore. I don't stand for it.
No, I'll say this, right? Because you asked me, right, a couple like last week or something. You said something like, "How do you know where to stand?" And honestly, I just stand where I feel is right. That's where I stand, and I don't suck anyone off. Like, I see the arguments of like, oh, what are some of the arguments I've been seeing for Conor? Like, don't judge him, and like, I never judge anybody, and it's like, bro, when you're putting yourself in the cookie jar, when you're literally Velcroing something to your dick, I don't feel bad for you. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't. Like, I'm not gonna make excuses for you. You put yourself in that situation. Didn't know abusive girlfriend call, and like, let's throw SD Dumas into this, right? Because SD Dumas is somebody who I did try to give the benefit of the doubt to. Because there's situations there. His girlfriend could have just made a BS call to the police. His girlfriend could have antagonized him. All these things, right? He has his belongings in the house that he moved out of, right? That he's trying to go get. Conor literally just threw himself in this cookie jar.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody Azealia Banks didn't ask him to send him nudes. You know what I mean? Nobody asked for this stuff. Nobody told him to strap something onto his thing and have a dumbbell attached to it. So it's like, I don't feel bad for you. This one I will judge. This one I will look at you and be like, dude, you're fucking crazy. Like, calm the fuck down. Like, why wouldn't I? Because I would say that to anybody. And like you say, to go back to the origination of kind of the point I'm making now, I would say that to anyone, because at the end of the day, it goes down to the simplest thing of all. I wouldn't want that happening to my mom. I wouldn't want that happening to my sister. Conor's a father to a girl, a little girl. He hopefully wouldn't want that happening to his baby daughter.
Yeah.
So if I don't want that happening to my women in my life, right, then I'm going to turn around and say that about Conor McGregor too. But just to finalize your point, that is funny, whoever is defending him, right? Because so you don't want that. So you're down for that with your sister. You're down for that with your mom. You're down for that with your daughter then. Whoever is defending Conor.
Yeah.
You're down for that for them. You want that for your family. I don't want that for my family.
here's the argument too. People are gonna say, well, he didn't do anything illegal, and he didn't do anything illegal. This is all moral. This is all about morals here.
And these are all the excuses they leave in the comments, which this is why I don't respond to comments anymore, because people just make weird excuses like this.
I mean, because they can't look at themselves in the mirror what they're doing as well. But if Conor was single, no kids,
do your thing.
Go do your dude. Break up with her right now. Take care of your kids and go live your life. If that's the case, sure, I would have a different opinion on the matter. But you keep dragging her through the mud.
And kids.
Right. And so I there's a bigger question. That's my only thing. Is a bigger problem being handled have happened here. You know? It's just not this one little incident.
Yeah. And I'll say this too. I don't respect a person like that.
Yeah.
I just don't. It's not respectable actions. It's not something the way I live my life. I don't respect someone like that. And that's not to say that I don't respect a cheater, right? Let me be clear, because this is actually a very sensitive topic. I don't respect somebody like McGregor who's being so open about this shit when he has kids. That's my biggest. Let me state that. That's my biggest issue with McGregor. Go ahead and cheat on Dee. It seems like you guys have an open relationship. It seems like you guys do. It seems like she's cool with it. And do I look down on Dee? No. Do I look down on McGregor for being in an open relationship? No. More power to you. What I don't appreciate, what I don't like, is the public display. 2 days in a row, you're kissing one woman on the beach. Now your dick pics are getting exposed the following day. Too much of this stuff is folding out in the public eye. You have children. That's what I don't respect.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. Even if they didn't have kids, let's say they didn't have kids and it's just him and Dee, to be honest, I wouldn't care that much.
And this is gonna be like interesting. This is what I love about Nipsey. This is a marathon. I want to see where like these guys are at when they're 50. Look at Diddy, bro. He was 55. He's still in jail, waiting for the judge to see he's gonna put his ass in prison.
I guess he's fine though. Did you not see the updates?
What was the update? He's still in jail.
I think he's completely off. They found him not guilty. He's good.
No. They found. No. Hold on. They found him not guilty on the two main charges. Yeah. They found him guilty on two other charges.
Okay, so but they're the small charges that they found him guilty.
They are the small charges. So they're going to recommend 5 years for each, and he may get 2 for each. So he may have to spend another 2 or 3 years in prison. That sentence, the judge didn't give him, didn't let him go out. He's still in jail right now.
Okay, so we'll see then. But I guess, yeah, he did get off for a decent chunk of it.
Yeah, he's not getting the
RICO. Like that abuse one, right? The video of the abuse, like pulling the girl by her hair, he got off of that.
No, he got off on the RICO charge. That's the charge that puts you in life in prison.
Oh, okay.
He got off with the.
But they also found him innocent with that video, where he's pulling her by the hair.
He still got charged with sexual for assault. You still got a charge for assault. There were 5 charges, I think, and he got charged for 2 of them. Okay. But he didn't get charged from like underage girls and transferring girls, like
human trafficking and shit like that.
Yes. So on the big, they really didn't prove a case on him. They proved a lot of other shit, and then there's other cases now mounting up. The story. What I'm trying to get to here is if we were to look at Diddy, the same age of Conor right now, the same age of John Jones right now, that was a glimpse of where Diddy would have been in the future. Mm-hmm. What we're seeing right now with Conor and John Jones, if they don't answer these problems now, we're going to see a glimpse of these guys when they're in their 50s. Yeah. The war story guy, the War Machine story, bro, I was hearing some of the guys talk about it. Like, we saw a glimpse of it, but no one said anything. Mm-hmm. And it got to a point where he could not handle the fact that she was a porn star fucking other dudes. Mm-hmm. He found her fucking another guy. Of course he went off. Mm-hmm. But he wanted to play with that world. He wanted to go and and now he's spending the rest of his life in prison. Mm-hmm. Like he knows he deserves it. He almost killed the girl.
Yeah. I get it.
I'm interested to see, like I said, this is a marathon. I'm interested to see where Conor will be at by the time he's 50.
Yeah, they are two almost different stories, because that guy abused her, and I know Conor hasn't been caught up in abuse, but Conor's almost like that Magic Johnson. Conor and John Jones are like, Magic Johnson, how he got AIDS and shit. So we'll see what happens. But you be partying like that, like on a crazy enough basis and not being careful, you can get yourself into trouble.
Yeah. So I don't know. We got.
That's pretty good for that. But I do want to say, I was gonna say that low key, I feel like he should probably just break up with her. Like if like in my opinion, like if you do have a woman that you're happy with to spend time with, you're just gonna kick it with her and spend time with her. I think all the extra stuff he's doing is like a clear indication that he's not really happy, and he's almost just like sticking along with her for how far they've been to you know what I'm saying, to avoid all the stuff that the fallout.
I'll use myself as an example. I was just telling my homie Ray Ray. I'm going 3 weeks sober this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fighting addictions as we speak, bro. And what I'm trying to de-identify with, you know why I love drinking and doing everything? I still want to get faded. I still want to go party. I still want to be the social butterfly. That's Conor.
Yeah. He doesn't want to let that go.
I don't want to let it go. I can speak for myself, and that's why it's hard for me to throw stones, because I live in a glass house, but I'm trying to face it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to recognize that this is going to get me nowhere in my life. It's just not. And I have to come to terms with that. I honestly do. Like, bro, I've got my whole life and drink every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Like either I'm not gonna look at it and fix it, or this is gonna run me my whole life. And we all know people that they just drink. They just drink. They're just every weekend. That's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's common. It's common in our society.
Now, since you're speaking from a personal perspective, let me ask you. I guess it's kind of what I just said. How do I say this? Do you think it is something in your life or in your household that you're not content with that causes you to seek elsewhere?
I think that when I was younger and I started doing alcohol and doing like drugs in my life, it became a part of me. It became a part of my identity, like where you want to get faded. But then it's the circle that you're hanging around too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if everybody in your circle is getting faded every weekend, believe me, bro, what we do at West Coast Radio, it's easy to go to an event every weekend. It's a house music event. People are getting faded every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Vegas. All the DJs I know, bro, it's just part of the environment that I'm already in. Then you just add on top of it, I want to drink. I want to get faded. You know, like it becomes who you are almost. And that's what I'm learning to recognize, is that either I'm going to make a decision that I'm not going to identify this with me anymore,
mm-hmm.
or I'm going to keep going down this path.
Mm-hmm. So almost Conor's kind of addicted to that partying lifestyle. And I've been there too. I used to party a lot when I was younger, but obviously I'm locked the fuck in now. I ain't doing no partying now. But I can see that because the partying, it does become a little bit habitual. So I can see some of that for sure.
And then you have all the money and fame, bro. You can go to any club you want.
Mm-hmm.
Any club you want, bro. Anything you want. And when you're in that situation, do you really want to be tied down with kids and a girl?
Yeah. See, I guess that's where I'm coming from, because I don't have that, right? I don't have that part. Not the kids and a girl. I don't have kids. But I'm talking about that part about going out to clubs. I don't do that. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, do you think that for yourself or for Conor, there's something at home that makes you like pull away from to like go out and seek more validation? Because for me, I feel like I don't really have as much of a feeling to seek validation, or like you know, that itch about going out, and like I don't have that. And I feel like, because I guess, to be honest with you, I'm so content at home trying to build my business, that like it outweighs. Like for me, I'm like, oh, go party. In my mind, I'm thinking, well, then I'm not going to be able to edit that video I want posted tomorrow morning by 8 a.m. So that's why I'm wondering, is there something to like, I think to even like, that's why I feel like maybe he doesn't like his girl anymore. Because if you love your girl and you got kids, like that, to me, that seems like amazing. I think to have a girl, to have kids and just be around that whole atmosphere, that seems amazing to me. I don't know why you would go to a bar over being around like your kids. Like, honestly, I can't even understand it, but that's because I'm so far removed. So maybe you can kind of like blend the lines.
No, you made a lot of great points, right? And I think when you're stuck in that world of the euphoria of always wanting to one up the last time you went out, and you've done it so many times that it becomes a part of who you are, and it becomes so normalized. That's a good word, normalized.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that it just becomes ingrained in the person that you're becoming. It doesn't outweigh those things you say anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You start having that, and then you can add the addiction part to it. You know, like for me, for example, like I'm not going to drink every day, because I know I have to do Monday through Friday the things I need to accomplish. But Friday, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna let loose, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's what you just said. That's that validation trying to creep in, my ego trying to keep in it and saying, "Oh, you're trying to match the euphoria of what you had the last time."
Mm-hmm.
And then you're getting drunk. And to be honest with you, yeah, I like that feeling faded part, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta relook at myself and re-examining myself, and that's why actually I'm glad we're friends, bro, because you can kind of challenge me too to be like, it's not worth it though.
Mm-hmm.
And down deep, I think I know it's not worth it. I've just been scared to say it. And I'm finally coming more to terms. And I think even with my mom passing away too, it kind of made me kind of reawaken some in this stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
you probably didn't want to admit it, because then the next step is to actually follow through with that, right?
and quit.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that, you have to really ask some tough questions and look in the mirror and start holding yourself more accountable, and it's interesting for me because I've, like I said, we're getting off topic, but, I've done a lot of drugs before in the past too. Like for me back then, it was like, oh, as long as I don't do drugs, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like, okay, now you got to look at this too, though.
Yeah.
It all comes together.
And kind of what you've been saying is, in a way, it starts with one thing, but it's like one compromise. But one compromise, then fast forward 2 months, now you've given up 2 compromises. Meaning, like, the whole thing about, like, settling, like, where you're like, oh, well, I could just drink on Friday then, right?
Right.
But
I'm
then
settling.
but then you might compromise yourself and be like, okay, well, Friday just might be my drinking day. Instead of just drinking at night, I might just make it a day. So as time goes on, you keep compromising your morals and your principles.
Yes.
You lose a lot of them.
Yes. And I think, too, you're able to compromise and say, oh, we're all going out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're going to a West Coast radio event. We're going with the DJs. Everybody's drinking. Everybody's getting paid. We're all having a good time.
Think about it for Conor. He's like, this is business. I'm getting paid. Mm-hmm.
100%.
It's difficult.
People are handing you drinks.
Yeah.
Now, you want to be the life of the party. We all know Conor wants to be the life of the party. Mm-hmm. That's a drug within itself, too.
And, that's probably the worst thing, because if you always got to be the life of the party when you're sitting at home, you ain't happy. You're itching.
Right.
I got friends like that. They itch. Friday night comes around.
Yes.
Bro, they cannot sit in my house for 2 hours.
Yes.
They have to go do something.
Yeah.
Me, I'm like, all right, dude. See you later.
Yeah. No, hey, I need some of that from you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to steal some of that from you, bro.
Hell yeah. But I think for me, one of the secrets is I just have a lot of things I just do at home. I'm like happy at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I need, that's what I need.
Yeah. Same thing as being the main character outside. I think you just got to find like just new interests at home, because it's like swapping the interests. So for Conor, that's what he's got to do. He's got to find his interests. Like I was saying, like, dude, find value in your kids.
And you gotta start asking some tough questions. You gotta look deep. You gotta
stop with the coke and all these things.
Yeah, you got that's almost step 1 too.
And that used to be a rumor, but I think now it's just clear as day.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even feel bad saying it.
All those videos that went viral of him at the BKFC.
Yeah. And then the dumbbell the next day, that was like the nail in the coffin. Like, ain't nobody putting a dumbbell on there if you ain't coked out and fucking drunk and probably got a couple other things running through your veins.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.